Here we are. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the loneliest year, what will be, what has been the loneliest year, and what going forward we can only hope will be an even lonelier year. I'll tell you, it's the loneliest way to kick off a new year and to say goodbye to the last one. Welcome to Sam Roberts Now, New Year's Lonely Eve. I've got to tell you, I'm already a bit distraught and disappointed in myself. I had a whole thing planned out. I love production value, adding production value to the show. I had it ready. I was going to play. I can show you. I can prove it. I was going to play this. I was going to play the Millennium Countdown coming in. I had the video ready to play and everything. But then at the last second, I was like, oh, boy, if I get caught, with some kind of copyright violation or somebody reports me for something or there's an auto thing and this thing screws up, I'll really be kicking myself. So no production value, but what else is new from Sam Roberts Now? It's the only way we would want to welcome in 2025 with a severe lack of production value, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to be here counting down to the new year, so be there. And I know everybody wants to know, is he here? Could he be here? Is the screen as lonely as it should be? Ladies and gentlemen, Hot Dog is here. Hot Dog, do you have anything to say? Hot Dog. Hot Dog. Nothing. All right, well, we'll check back in with Hot Dog later. His computer must be frozen. Are you there, Hot Dog? Are you there? Okay, I mean, he's there. He's there. I get. Hello? Hello? Okay, well, we'll check back in with him later. I guess, the new year can be a very vulnerable time for a lot of people. Of course, as always, every super chat gets acknowledged here on Sam Roberts Now. This may be a special show, but that's the rule of the show. We're already starting with Six Crow. Hope your 2025 is exactly what you want. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. I have one goal, or had one goal, going into 2025, and that was $28 Canadian. That's all I wanted out of 2025, and you just gave it to me. So I appreciate that. And Wiedenhoff says Lonely is back. You better believe it's back, because it's been a wild-ass year, okay? I do feel like we've gotten to the point, and this probably started around the pandemic, maybe, the first couple years of this decade, where it really feels like, I would say 2020 or so, where it really feels like every time New Year's Eve comes along, it's like an accomplishment that you've made it. Like somehow you've made it into the next year, but then you start getting exhausted just thinking about the amount of energy you're going to have to muster up to make it through another 365 days. And what the hell is going to happen as we watch this empire collapse? That's the pessimistic way to look at it. There's no reason to look at it that way. Everything is great. Everything is fine. I thought we had a spectacular year, a lot of spectacular things happening. 1 million people lined up to sit in the pouring rain in Times Square to watch the ball drop. The year couldn't have been that bad, but think about what we had this year. Think about what we had. Let me see. Do I have my cursor over here? Of course, it was an election year, big time election year. Trump, Biden, and it really is interesting. After Trump won the first time, there was the people who were celebrating Trump. There was also that Trump derangement syndrome kicking in. It was a very unsure time. Trump starts out and everybody kind of thinks it's like a goof. And then they realize it's serious. And then it really happens. Everybody has to reconsider how they're thinking. 4 years of utter chaos. He gets out. And I think by the time we got through 3.5 years of Biden, it was like, we've got to come to terms with the fact that after all these years of having this great country, this is the best we got. Like, nobody has any right to complain. Nobody can complain. I mean, look who your guy is. If you're complaining about the other guy, is the situation that we're in. So much so they didn't even let Biden run for president. And it was still, it was such a runaway. It feels more like reality is setting in for people more so this time than the last time, to the point where people aren't even really talking about it anymore. You know, is all people were talking about leading up to the election. And then once it was so one-sided, it was almost like, well, I guess it is what it is. All right, moving on. But maybe that's because there was just so much happening. As we're 20 minutes away, by the way, from 2025. Like, for me, I thought this rivalry, more so than this rivalry, because at the end of this rivalry, I felt like Biden wasn't even that mad at Trump anymore, because Trump's not the one that didn't let Biden run for president. But this one, this was a great rivalry. And I think people forget too, you know, because Kendrick Lamar had such success with Not Like Us. He had people all summer long screaming the worst accusations you could ever scream about Drake. Hot Dog, you remember you were doing it too, right? Hot Dog, you there? Screen's still frozen. We'll get back to Hot Dog, but it was his summer. It went through the summer. He had the big Amazon concert. Now he's going to play halftime at the Super Bowl. It was an amazing time to be Kendrick Lamar. He's in a beef with Andrew Schultz. But I think we need to really look back at how it all started. Because for me, one of the funnest weekends of the entire year was the weekend that Kendrick Lamar and Drake were just dropping songs. I think people forget that this stuff happened in such quick succession. Like, it was like two, 3 songs a day were coming out at one point. I think one of them, it might have been even Not Like Us, dropped at like midnight on a Friday or Saturday, and the group text was going off. Oh, there's another song. Oh, there's another song. And it wasn't so cut and dry. It was very competitive. You know, Family Matters came out. All these songs came out. Drake had this one. He's talking about somebody else fathering Kendrick's kid, and Kendrick said this, and Drake said that, and then boom, Not Like Us comes out. But when you were watching this all happen right in front of your eyes, you couldn't believe it. The two biggest recording stars, maybe in the music industry, but at least in hip hop. You know, I guess Taylor Swift would have something to say about that. But two of the biggest stars in music are just going back and forth, dropping songs about each other. And then boom, Not Like Us comes out. And the album cover comes out with all the red dots all over Drake's house. And the music video comes out, and everybody's in it, and everybody's having a great time in the concert. But that weekend, man, this weekend, as stressful as 2024 was for some people, and I'm sure this weekend was stressful for Drake, for sure, especially by the end of it. But both of them, if we could just give them credit for a minute, both of them gave us a lot of life for that weekend. They gave us something where it was like, no matter what else was going on in the world. I wish this beef had been going on and really kicked in towards the end of the year, because maybe then we wouldn't be so worried about drones. That's how big this was when it was first starting, when songs were dropping here and there and here and there and here and there. If that had been going on while the drones were in the sky, it would have been the one thing that we could finally go, okay, we don't have to worry about what these drones are that the government is saying they don't know what they are. We don't have to worry about that. Because there are songs just raining on us where these two giant recording artists are just horribly insulting each other. And can you believe we're lucky enough to get to experience all of this? You had, the journey of Hawk Tua. Can you believe? I mean, Hot Dog, you love this journey of Hawk Tua. You were saying you had some material prepped for the show tonight. Hot Dog, the journey of Hawk Tua. You remember the... Well, we'll get back to Hot Dog in a moment, but this journey of Hawk Tua. We're just sitting around, one day, and this guy, whoever this guy is the loser of 2024. Can you imagine creating one of the biggest videos of the year and nobody could possibly care? Like, nobody was wondering, the people who interviewed Hawk Tua, what was their next interview? Who else did they talk to? What other questions do they have? I can't wait to see what work they do next. No, it was just, I'm only interested in the subject, Hawk-a-Tui. And Hawk Tua comes out with a line of baseball caps, and people are fascinated by her. Rumors start spreading about her, all because this video comes out, and it just instantly goes absolutely everywhere. By the way, Ellie says Sam is projecting right now. I'm assuming you're talking about the interview guy, because if this had happened to me, I'd go like, hey, anybody want to talk to the guy who interviewed Hawk Tua? Anybody got any questions for the guy who did the interview with Hawk Tua? I got a wrestling podcast too, if you're interested in that. No. The wrestling podcast wouldn't be touched. Everybody would be interested more in this Haley Haktua. So people are wondering, after this clip goes everywhere. And you can't, there's nothing to say about it, but you got to say something about it, right? Because it's just everywhere. And I think that the first weekend it came out was also the first weekend that everybody started really finding out that Bill Belichick was dating this 20-something-year-old. And there was the debate going on, would you rather be the father of the 20-something-year-old that's dating Bill Belichick or the father of Haktua? I still say, I understand, you don't want your daughter going off and doing these things, but to have Bill Belichick in the family is not the worst thing in the world. I'd probably still, I think I said at the time I'd vote for that. I'd probably still vote for that. But especially vote for it now because of crypto scams. So Haktua, she starts to blow up a little bit. What's the move? What's the move to make? How do you survive getting all this internet fame all at once, based seemingly on nothing? Well, what you have to do, I guess, is hire a publicity firm. Then the publicity firm has you going on all these different podcasts. And now you're on Whitney Cummings' podcast. Now you're on this podcast. And now you're on that podcast. And people start to go, you know what? She's actually kind of likable. She's actually a regular person. She starts dispelling all these rumors that she was a teacher. And now she's fired from her job. These rumors that she was this, she was that. It's just like, no, she's just a regular Southern girl who was out with her friend and made a joke to a guy doing an interview with her that nobody still knows who he is. And then she does this Talk to a podcast. And I mean, look, is the Talk to a podcast the greatest podcast of all time? Probably not. Am I the audience for it? No. I mean, Hot Dog, you had said you had listened, right? You had said Hot Dog, you said you had listened. Are you there, buddy? Are you the Hot Dog? Are you? All right, well, we'll get back to Hot Dog. But people were clicking on it. It was getting numbers. Some people were watching ironically. I know somebody started like a talk to a, it's a great name for a podcast, but people started like a talk to a after show. I think it was ironic. People started I think like Mr. Beast rented out a movie theater. Maybe it wasn't Mr. Beast. Somebody rented out a movie theater to watch episodes of Talk to a. It's all in good fun until Hawkcoin comes out. Oh, she couldn't. If you just waited a month, you could have just crossed the 2024 finish line and chalked up this year as a W. The last thing you want, of course, inevitably, the rise and fall is going to happen. But for the rise and fall to happen inside of a calendar year, you never want that. But that's where we ended up. Because Hawk2 starts selling the Hawk coin. For some reason, post-pandemic, people are still buying meme coins. I thought that we had stopped doing this when we realized NFTs were the stupidest things ever created. When we realized that there's no more COVID bonus checks being sent out, we got to go back to work. And also, we're leaving the house now, so we have our regular expenses back. We got to pay for gas. And also, a dozen eggs now cost $48, which you didn't realize because you were at home. I thought we were done with all the ridiculousness. I thought Dogecoin was kind of it, but no. People still love meme coins, shit coins. And they go, oh, you mean the thing that everybody gets busted for scamming people? Yeah, I'll invest in that. And they invest in it. And then, of course, it crashes immediately. She gets on a Twitter Spaces to try to defend herself. CoffeeZilla is just waiting for her, hanging out in the Twitter Spaces. CoffeeZilla is just every day waiting for someone to launch a meme coin. He's there waiting for it. It's been terrible. It's been a terrible last month for Hawk2. But what a journey. What a journey we got to go on with Hawk2. What about this? Do any of us remember this? This is a woman who probably thought she was going to be the pride of her country. Australia. We had the Olympics this year. Does anybody even remember that we had a whole Olympics this year? A whole Olympics. It was a whole 2 weeks. All the games. The Summer Olympics was this year. It wasn't even that long ago. Remember, they had the weirdo Greek / Last Supper weirdness in the opening ceremony. There's all kinds of stuff going on. But really, the person who stole the show didn't even medal. in the Olympics. I mean, she medaled with the Olympics, but she didn't medal at the Olympics. I'm talking about Ray Gun. Ray Gun shows up. People do not know that somehow breakdancing has become a sport in the Olympics. Who would have made it a sport in the Olympics? I don't know. But this lady comes out looking like a person in a Subway commercial who makes your sandwiches. And she goes, "Excuse me for a second. I'd like to impress the entire world and let you all know that Australia is the place with the best break dancer in the world." And she proceeds to do a dance that resembles Stewart from Mad TV shouting, "Look what I can do." I mean, this is the type of dance that my 5-year-old would do. And it's really cute because she's only 5, and who knew she even could put together what dancing even is. But that's about as far as the skill level goes, is my point. This is an adult person who you later find out teaches breakdancing from a cultural perspective at university. I've got to tell you, when I went to Syracuse, RoboCop taught me the Roman Empire through film. If I had watched him go on Jeopardy and it turned out he knew nothing of the Roman Empire as it's portrayed in film, I wouldn't take him seriously as a professor anymore. I go, RoboCop, I loved you in RoboCop. Buckaroo Banzai is the tits. And you even had a nice arc on Sons of Anarchy. But I watched you on Jeopardy. You don't know what you're teaching. This has to be what the students in the University of Australia or whatever college it was that she's teaching breakdancing. I mean, it's a layup class anyway. It's like people who teach, who go to the philosophy of The Simpsons. Technically, you get a philosophy credit, but we all know why you picked that class. The culture, B-boy and B-girls from a cultural perspective. What? It's cultural studies. Okay. But anyway, she was terrible at it. In fact, she was so bad that they're not doing breakdancing at the Olympics again. They've taken it right off the menu. 4 years from now, no way, Jose. And she's a disgrace to her entire country. Now, before we judge the fact that she's a disgrace to her entire country, we do have to think about, well, who is the hero of the United States of America? And I asked Hot Dog, I said, Hot Dog, and you remember, Hot Dog, you told me who your hero was, right? Who your hero was, Hot Dog? You remember you told me? Well, I guess we'll get back to Hot Dog later, but he told me this was, while Australia had to deal with the fact that this is the person that ruined their country, our country celebrated the one and only Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione, the murderer. I mean, I've said it. It was a big year for murderers this year. The Menendez brothers became huge. I mean, the fan worship of these Menendez brothers, all thanks to Ryan Murphy, through the roof in 2024. You've got Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who technically didn't kill anybody, but she had her mother killed, Everybody loves to follow everything Gypsy Rose Blanchard is up to these days. And of course, Luigi Mangione, we get to experience the manhunt and everything. And I mean, this guy gets praised like no one I've seen before, and I'm still trying to figure out what the mayor of New York City is doing on this perp walk. Meanwhile, I don't know if you heard about this, but after this perp walk that the mayor of New York City has to go on because, I guess he likes to get his picture taken, his lawyer is saying that she's trying to use this to get him off, and he is somehow pleading not guilty. And I feel like if the jury is on Twitter, you're going to have a tough time finding an impartial jury. But he's definitely on the list of murderers who developed a great fan base in 2024. And it really is a shame. The fact that 2024 is the year that for whatever reason in this country we decide, yeah, I think we're going to be fine with murders now. That's going to be okay. It's the same year. Well, I mean, we're not okay with everything. I thought I had a picture of the juice, but it's the same year that we lose O.J. Simpson. Of all years for O.J. Simpson to lose. Because if O.J. had seen what the Ryan Murphy, because the Ryan Murphy, who got the Ryan Murphy treatment originally? OJ. OJ got American Crime Story, and nobody was going, oh my God, I just watched this great Ryan Murphy show. We love OJ now. Nobody was saying that, except it happens to the Menendez brothers, and they're going, we love the Menendez brothers now, and they're trying to get them out. I think they have a hearing in January about having their sentence commuted or whatever it's called. I think that's what you do to get to work, but it could be the same word used for two different things. I don't know for sure. What am I, a lawyer? No, I do shows like this. But OJ up in croaks. And then I saw on CNN, they went through all the celebrities that died this year. No OJ on the list. James Earl Jones made the list. Shannon Doherty made no OJ, which I think is because slash fiscally responsible for homicide. From a civil perspective, he was found responsible for a double homicide. So I think, I'm not in the production meetings. I think that's how CNN made that decision, but who knows? If we're living in a time where Luigi can develop a fan base and the Menendez brothers can become baby faces all of a sudden, and what's her face, Gypsy Rose, is like, there's a lot of yeah, but I get it. You know what I mean? Nobody's saying it's okay. They're saying this. No, yeah, but I get it. There's so much of that going on these days. And maybe it's just because of the collective we give up thing that's going on. You know what I mean? All right, there's unknown drones flying over us. Okay, the president-elect elections, they're not real anymore. Okay, like you kind of just throw your hands up. Okay, it's all a farce. I guess we can excuse murderers now, but who we can't excuse. And I think he tried. It was a great year for baby oil. It was a terrible year. Well, it was a bad year for Sean Diddy Combs. But to be fair, it was a bad year for a lot of people around Sean Diddy Combs for almost every year leading up to this one. I mean, years and years and years of horrible years leading up to this year where it was finally not so great for Sean Diddy. Right now, his lawyer has made statements. You know, his defense right now is that he lived by a Costco. So, of course, that's why he had all that baby oil, you know. Costco has said they don't even sell baby oil. So, you know, they don't have his back either. But right now in jail, I believe in the same jail. I think it's, well, I know that the Bitcoin guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, and P. Diddy are in the same jail cell. Not jail cell, but jail. You know, they're in the same jail. I think Luigi Mangione might be in that jail too. I don't know for sure, but I think he is. I think so. And with all this going on, I mean, you have to have some kind of faith in humanity, because with all of this nonsense, all this happened this year. And with all of this nonsense, we still haven't given up. I mean, look what's going on in Times Square. This is today. You know what this is? This is the gates opening up this morning for everybody to stand in Times Square. I didn't even know this is how they did it. I don't remember seeing this before. They said there's 1 million people this year in Times Square. And look at them. The gates open up. I saw an aerial shot where there was like going on for blocks and blocks and blocks of people. Look how far back they are. The ball is all the way up there. And they're just filing in. They got their weird Planet Fitness hats on. And I mean, you could see as they got closer in some of these videos, they start running. They're running at top speed to get there, to get their spot in Times Square. Because even with all this nonsense, with everything going on, somehow they haven't totally lost faith in our traditions. They haven't totally lost faith in the fact that, like, yeah, this is what we do on New Year's. And it makes me feel, as we are now 55 seconds away, 54, it makes me feel like no matter what they throw at us, no matter what natural disasters happen or man-made disasters happen, no matter what happens in politics, pop culture, sports, no matter what happens, we're going to be fine because we're just going to keep going. We're humans. We're just going to keep doing the things that we want to do. And if anything, we're going to be better for it. We're now 25 seconds away from 2025. Make those resolutions now. My New Year's resolution is to be on the phone more and to take less cold plunges. I'm going to try to make sure all my baths are at a temperature that is incredibly appropriate in 2025. We're at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, everybody. Yes. Happy New Year. Da, 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 da. Da, da. Sing with me, hot dog. Da, 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 da. Well, hot dog will get back to us. Happy New Year, everybody, from all of us here at Not Sam. Man, and I'll tell you, I know the tradition here on Sam Roberts Now, New Year's Lonely Eve, is Mexican Coke. I'll be honest, I went to the store. They didn't have any Mexican Coke. We got Mexican Sprite. We're going into 2025 Mexican Sprite, but it's still okay, okay? It's still okay. I see the chats coming in now. It's 2025, baby. We made it. And ultimately, that's why none of this stuff matters. We've made it this far. What can they do to us? Think about what's happened just in the last 5 years. We are halfway through the 2020s. Think about everything that has happened to us just in the 2020s. What are they going to do to us? What are they going to do to us that'll stop us? They can't do anything. They've tried everything. Everything conceivable that should destroy an empire, that should destroy a race. It's already happened. And we've marched right past it. And so what's happened? We've become stronger for it. And we will continue to become stronger for it. Because we're human beings, baby. We're the top of the food chain. Okay? Think about human beings for a second. And I'm feeling our species right now. But you think about human beings right now. We are the top of the food chain. We don't have the sharpest teeth. We're not the strongest. We're not the fastest. We're not built to live outdoors. We don't have nearly enough body hair or fur. We generally don't know how to build structures unless you're a contractor. We do have opposable thumbs, but that only goes so far. But what's happened, okay? How did we end up at the top of the food chain? We don't even hunt our own food anymore. We just go to the store and buy it. Half of it, they inject it full of poison, and we don't care. They go, hey, just so you know, all this food is poison. We go, who cares? We're going to eat it anyway and remain at the top of the food chain. Why? Because we are human beings. We are unstoppable. Try us. We will win every single time. 10 times out of 10. The cavemen screwed it up. Everything after that has us top of the food chain. Why? Because we will not be stopped. Okay? There's no lion version of Nikola Tesla. There's no bear version of Henry Ford. No. Because we're human beings. We innovate, we prosper, we forge ahead. Oh, I love it. I love being a human being in 2025. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Let me know. Hit me in the chat. I tell you, man, I have a sip of this Mexican Sprite. I'm a different person. Okay? I just hope no one's recording this. Every super chat gets acknowledged here on Sam Roberts Now. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's Lonely Eve. And look, what have you chosen to do as a human being? What did they tell you never to do? They said, if you're going to start a year, never make Sam Roberts' voice the first voice that you hear in 2025. Never start a new year with Sam Roberts' voice as the first voice that you hear. And what did you do? You made sure that Sam Roberts' voice was the first voice that you heard in a new year. Why? Because nobody tells you what to do, okay? You're in charge. You're top of the food chain. You're a human being. Let's go to Not Sam Miguel. He's such a troublemaker. R.I.P. to the Jim and Sam show. It was a great run. Why you got to bring us down? We were vibing so hard, dude, and you had to bring us down like that. We'll talk about it, okay? Thank you, Wiedenhoff. Miguel, you're being a trouble starter again. He is. He really is. Let's go to Rarely Even. Remember, every super chat gets acknowledged. If you want to jump on this train, super chat in. Rarely Even. Earlier tonight, my stupid neighbors with the fireworks wanted to wish everyone a happy 8:42 p.m. That's dumb. That's dumb. That's like, oh, I just got this. I got to use it right now. Why don't you have a little chill, okay? I can't imagine that the wife of that person is a satisfied lady. I mean, 8:42? Hey, guys, it's going to be New Year's in 3.5 hours. Okay, why are you lighting fireworks now? What if we don't make it? There's drones above us. The government has decided to take a hands-off approach to it. Don't assume. If New Year is at midnight and it's 8:42, we got nothing to celebrate yet. That's why we come on here, we reflect. You didn't hear me putting my chest out for human beings until after midnight, right? Because we don't know for sure. Open parentheses, #_. Hot Dog's best performance on Jim and Sam radio show is when he tricked us fans. Jaleel White was actually on the show. Didn't fool me. Oh, tricked us. Yeah, he was. He does bear a resemblance. Wiedenhoff, Hot Dog, comment. Let's see, buddy. Hot Dog, let's remind people, okay? It is 2025. People have not been taking you seriously, and it's not right. Hot Dog, let them know why they need to respect you right now, Hot Dog. Hot Dog, you there? You give it to them, dude. The floor is yours. Well, we'll get back to Hot Dog. We'll get back to Hot Dog in a minute. Grim Reaper, is it ring in the new year or ring a ring a ring? I don't know what that means, bro. I'm sorry. Not Sam Miguel. Surprised SiriusXM didn't offer Talk Tua $100 million. I don't know what they're offering anybody right now. Okay, Hot Dog says, that's the actual Hot Dog. Okay, I'm going to put this up so you guys can all see him. I'm here in spirit, drunk. Happy New Year. That's Hot Dog. Okay. I'm glad we had the visual aid. B Herb, F Mary Kill, Haktua, Ray Gun, Frozen Hot Dog. Well, there's something about even Frozen Hot Dog that's driving me crazy right now. I probably have to kill Frozen Hot Dog, and then I probably kill or F Ray Gun and marry Hawk Tua, because then, I could get half of all that money she got from everybody. Allegedly. Whoa, not Sam Lehman. With the contribution on the show that Hot Dog is not on. That is a single host contribution. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Sam. I acknowledge you. You certainly do. I'd love to see a few more people acknowledge me like that. Not Sam Lehman. I take back everything I've ever said about you. Here's the open parentheses again. Real talk. What's up with the radio show? Shoot it to us straight. The O&A universe. It's over. Also, that CM Punk Seth Rollins was whatever. Stop it. Stop. First of all, we'll talk about the radio show. Second of all, CM Punk Seth Rollins was whatever. What were you even watching? You're a crazy person. Wiedenhoff is back. Happy New Year to the Roberts family. No, Happy New Year to you, Wiedenhoff. Hope to see you more in 2025. Shout out Miguel, Mike in Florida, and the GOAT, Black Adam. 2024 has been wild. Yeah, rest in peace to Black Adam. CNN should have put Black Adam on that reel of the great people who we lost in 2024. Poodlerific, Happy New Year, Sam. Wishing you and your family a wonderful New Year. Have you listened to the Telepathy Tapes podcast? Aliens and telepathy are real in 2025. I haven't, but it sounds like something I would absolutely listen to and will. I'll look into it because I think so. I think that's where we're headed. We got to take a dip into the spiritual realm. Open parentheses, that Mexican Sprite is laced with fentanyl. Careful. Ooh, that's bad news. Randy Rhea, please tell me Jim Norton is coming back. I'm not the one that could tell you that. Hey, that Seth Rollins CM Punk promo made me think of that episode of South Park making fun of WWE. It wasn't good enough to close a show, in my opinion. Well, a lot of times opinions can be wrong. Will Hot Dog be shirtless in Indy? This will be Hot Dog at the Helium Comedy Club, January 30th, the Thursday before the Royal Rumble. You can get your tickets at notsam.com. Let's see. Phoenix, do you have any insider info on when the Room remake is coming out? That's a good question. I don't have any insider knowledge, but that's a goal. 2025, we're going to find out, okay? We're going to get Greg Sestero to give us the scoop on whether or not that's actually happening. And man, I'm happy to be here with you guys. I'm happy to get a show on. I'm hopeful that we'll get another Sam Roberts Now show going this Friday. It's been a few weeks since we did it. Schedule has been busy. I am still very hopeful that the schedule remains just as busy going into 2025. But in terms of information being passed around, like in terms of what's going to happen on Monday for the radio show, this is not an angle. This is not a bit. This is not a, SiriusXM is not a ratings-based company. We don't have to stunt to get things going. You know, if you're a fan of the show, you're going to listen to the show. If you're not, you might skip it. But I have zero information. And it's actually been a very, very stressful couple of weeks. And infuriating is another word for it. Yeah, it's absurd is also a word for it. I mean, a lot of possibilities have been flung around. I've saw Jim at his show in the Bestchester here in Terrytown about a week ago with Phil Selman there. It's good to see him, you know, talk to him a little bit. And I mean, I texted him about Squid Games. You know what I mean? We talked a little bit, but there's nothing. I'm not going to get involved while business is still happening with him. And, you know, there's nothing. I've seen that he's launching his audio podcast. So either way, by the way, I'm very happy that he's launching those audio podcasts. I saw that Sword Fight's already been launched as an audio podcast, and that I saw that he was taping an advice show podcast, which I'm very happy that both of those are coming out. I don't know if it means anything more than those shows are coming out. I would hope that there'll be some semblance of the show on the 6th of January. I still cannot tell you with concrete confirmation what that show will be. But I am optimistic that there will be a show on the 6th of January. Okay, says disgusted by the treatment of the boys by Sirius. So, okay. No. This isn't exactly the same thing as all that, but you know, it is what it is. So hopefully, you know, if it was up to me, what do I want to happen? We just go back to work. Everybody just comes back to work on Monday and we just keep doing the show. It's an easy show to do. It's fun. Everybody gets along. We haven't gotten into one. I mean, you know, Travis a little bit, but for the most part, we haven't gotten into any. Zero fights in 8 years is crazy. We bickered one time about the movie Crash. That's it. Okay. This is the way shows like this are supposed to be. Everybody's having a good time. You know, I'm hopeful something works out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And regardless of what it looks like, I hope that you're there rolling with us, you know, because we're all, no matter what happens, I'll be trying to put on a great show. And I think, and if Jim is there, if he's going to be, if Jim is in the seat, he'll be trying to put on a great show. If I'm in the seat, I'll be trying to put on a great show. And that's it. And then, of course, okay, says, love you guys. Yes, we love you. We love all of you. We love all of you. It's, yeah. So that's where we're at with the radio show, to answer all of those questions. And unfortunately, like, I wish it didn't have to be so mysterious. Gary says Crash is a great movie, and yes, it's a Christmas movie. Yeah, I can't agree with that. How about this? Okay, listen, I haven't seen Nosferatu yet. I hope to see it and give you my thoughts on it maybe on Friday. Maybe Friday we get back to doing a Sam Roberts Now show, and we can do it there. But there we go. But let me real quick get into Letterboxd to tell you about some of the movies from this year. Okay, sign in. What do you mean sign in? Why? Just use my face. Use my face. Let's see. I hope I kept it updated. So, yeah, okay. So right now, the leading. Okay, I liked Heretic. I liked Denora a lot. I liked Blink Twice. I did like that movie, Blink Twice. Of course, Terrifier 3. What was not great? Trap was not great. A Quiet Place Day 1 was not great. I'm trying to think. My favorite thing I saw this year would have to... I mean, Strange Darling is up there. I got it in this diary 4.5 out of 5 stars. Strange Darling might be my favorite thing that I saw all year. And I haven't seen The Substance yet. I want to see The Substance. But of new movies that came out this year, yeah, Wounded Pigeon just asked me if I'd seen The Substance. I have not seen The Substance yet. But I'm going to at some point. But I think from what I saw, my favorite movie of the year might have been... Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I wrote them all down and put the little stars and whatnot next to them. I think Strange Darling, just because of the way it was set up, the twist that would happen, the way the story was formatted and how it was told, I think Strange Darling might get it. Okay, Bubba Twitcher says Joker 2. Joker 2 was absolutely terrible. Joker 2 was probably the worst. Probably the worst. Let me see here. Open parentheses, you guys make fun of us fans for listening, and it's a part of our routine for the day. And I get it now. You're right. It's funny. It's part of my day and many others. CM Punk versus Seth promo was mid. I don't make fun of fans. I don't think we make fun of fans for listening every day. I think it's an awesome thing, to build a community like that. And the only positive to all of this stuff happening is you hear from fans that maybe are just sitting there listening and don't reach out all the time, and you realize how much. Not Sam Miguel says, what percentage do you give the show coming back? Here's the thing. Like, I could tell you how I feel, but if I'm wrong, I'm going to look real dumb. So I don't know. Today, right now, I am optimistic that I will be there on the 6th. That's all I know. That's all I know. Okay. I can hope. That's all I know. So, Zatoichi says Sam and Stone Cold. I don't know. We did a couple shows together. They were great. They were maybe that's what it'll be. All right. And open parentheses says, look dumb now, as opposed to what? It's a good line. It's cute. I like it. I thought it was fun. All right. Daniel, so glad us in the UK get everything. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking for 2025, okay? I think I got predictions, okay? Here are my predictions for 2025. Now that we've been here for about 20 minutes and the reality is starting to sink in, it is actually 2025. Here are my thoughts. I think AI will continue to be a big part of everything in 2025. But I think AI will also continue to be not nearly as good as people are willing to admit. Meaning that, like, everybody talks about AI being this big threat and AI being so scary and AI being able to do this and being able to do that. But most of the time, AI looks weird and is at least partially wrong. I think that trend will continue. I think it'll be more like, wow, AI is really here. And also, wow, AI is really not that great yet. I am hopeful, and this might be an optimistic prediction. I'm hopeful that in 2025, Squid Game will actually finish the season that they started. Oh, those guys. We'll talk about this for sure on the next, maybe on Friday. I binged Squid Game season 2. I love me some Squid Games. I'm a big Squid Game guy. That was not a full season of television that we got. And I am none too pleased about where that season ended and that they had the nerve to say season 3 is coming. We didn't finish season 2. So I think season 2 will finish. I think wrestling is going to be amazing. Wrestling is going to be incredible in 2025. I mean, outrageously good. And maybe we'll get aliens, and maybe we'll also get aliens. I think that's very, very possible. And I think if we do get aliens in 2025, it won't be like if we had gotten aliens in like 2010. If we'd gotten aliens in 2010, it would have been like, oh my God, the world is changed forever. If we get aliens in 2025, it'll be like on the list of stuff. You know what I mean? It'll be like, oh, Hawk2 launched a podcast. Oh, the aliens came. Oh, it'll just be one of those things. I think that's the way it'll go. Couple more super chats before we pack it up. Let's see. Randy Rhea, should WWE move all the old footage on Peacock to the WWE Vault YouTube channel? I mean, I don't know if they legally, I don't know. Yeah, I love stuff on YouTube. That WWE Vault YouTube channel is like my favorite YouTube channel on the platform. So the more stuff there, the better. I love it. I mean, I like that there's a streaming service where everything is just on and you could just go through and watch shows, but I would love it to be on both. I feel like it's two separate kind of products. You watch a streamer or you watch YouTube, you just interact with them differently. So I'd love for it to be both. Personally, that's what I would like. Okay says, take Jim's salary and hire Hot Dog, Saraya, Jordy, and Coop with a big bag of money left over for the boys. I'm not in the financial spot of Sirius. Ray Mans says, Happy New Year, RIP Black Adam, and Jim and Sam, 2025 to more AEW talk on the podcast. I don't know, people complain. I don't even talk about AEW much at all, and listeners complain when I do. By the way, speaking of internet personalities, this Don Lemon, talk about leaving a bag of money just on the table. Don Lemon had every opportunity in the world. Somebody's got to teach this guy how to use the internet. Don Lemon decided, well, I'm going to be like on YouTube and whatnot now, right? And this guy, the move, everybody loved when Don Lemon would go out and get his belly button pierced, get drunk and sing with people on the street on New Year's. So one time of the year where everybody loved Don Lemon. And I'm like, oh, clearly this guy's going to get a cameraman and live stream for his YouTube channel going down to New Orleans or wherever, just some party city, and getting all drunk and pierce his tongue or something like that. I mean, who's not watching that on YouTube? But he didn't do it. He didn't do it at all. And it's like, you're just leaving it. You're just leaving it there. Why not? I don't know. Well, I appreciate you guys. I think that you're great. Hopefully, we'll have another Sam Roberts Now on Friday. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you're leaving comments and hitting like on this video. And think about what you want to super chat in for the next time. B-Herb writes in, I'm super drunk. Typing check. You are indeed typing as well. You're drunk and you are typing. So congratulations. We'll see you guys most likely on Friday. Cheers to 2025. Welcome to a new year. Let's make this one ours. You got 5 styluses. You might as well use them. And if you didn't hit this bottle with me just now, fine. I'm going to cheers with you later.